Hey, what's up guys? This is A12 bringing you my round 1 of the PWC Playoffs, and this week we're taking on Virtual Shades Jacksonville Wingles. And as you can see, he is the Gouging Fire team, and to complement that, he has the Urshifu Single Strike and Landorus, just a very strong physical offensive core. So in order to try to keep these under control, we are bringing the Life Orb Tauros, which is just a pretty standard attacking set. He doesn't have great normal resists on his team, so I'm expecting this to be able to blow holes into his team. We are bringing the Choice Specs Latios, and we are bringing this in order to blow holes in his team, similar to the Tauros, as he doesn't have great Dragon Resist on his team outside the Sand Slash, which I'm not 100% sure. It might come as VIF Hisuian Samurott, but I don't really expect it. We are bringing the Ogerpon Cornerstone, which is just Ivy Cudgel, U-Turn, Power Whip, and I've wanted to bring Synthesis since week 1 on Ogerpon, and I've kind of had issues justifying bringing it, but this week, I think Synthesis makes a lot of sense, is because it allows me to keep Sturdy intact if he decides to bring like a Scarf Landorus, as that could potentially be kind of scary. We're bringing the Clear Amulet Iron Treads this week, and we're bringing this predominantly because he doesn't really have great switch-ins to the Iron Treads, and in the off chance that he brings the Iron Data, I really don't expect it to come to the Hisuian Samurott matchup, but if he brings like a Scarf Iron Data, I can use this Iron Treads to potentially check it. We are bringing the Black Sludge Gengar with the Toxic Shadow Ball, you substitute Pain Split. We're bringing this predominantly to break the Porygon 2, as Porygon 2 could potentially be very annoying for my Latios and Tauros, depending on its set. So the general idea of this Gengar is to Toxic it, sub up Pain Split, and basically whittle it down until it can no longer check my offensive threats. And we are bringing the Rocky Helmet in your Wigglytuff. Now the reason for this is actually very straightforward. As you can see, I do not have great Urshifu Rapid Strike switch-ins, especially since once my Latios takes like a little bit of chip, he's very free to just spam Scarf Surging Strikes, and I can't really do a whole lot about it. So the Rocky Helmet Wigglytuff with Endear is able to essentially trade 1-for-1 with the Urshifu Single Strike, as it has to hit the Wigglytuff 3 times, and each time it takes that big Rocky Helmet chip. So that's why we're bringing Wigglytuff. And that's my team, and let's get into this match. Okay, wow, my opponent completely disrespected my potential Samurott bring. Because I did not expect the Undead to come into the Hisuian Samurott matchup. That's a little unfortunate. We're probably going to have to be very careful around that, as that could potentially be very annoying for my team. Just trying to look at his team, my Tauros looks absolutely amazing. He doesn't really have a good switch-in. So I think that's probably what I'm just going to lead. There's a chance he might lead the Gouging Fire, which if he does that, okay. Actually, wait, no. Because if he leads Gouging Fire and I lead Tauros and he goes for the burn move, that could be a little unfortunate, but I think I'm still going to lead Tauros. It's just pretty strong against his team. No Urshifu surprised me a lot, so my Wigglytuff set unfortunately is going to be a little bit useless this matchup, but that's okay. I'm really surprised he opted to bench Urshifu against my team, is because my water and fighting switch in is Latios, which is very prone to getting whittled down and can actually potentially get one-shot by U-turn depending on his variant. So I was surprised he benched that. So let's see what he does. He leads Landorus, okay. Fine, he leads Landorus, I lead Tauros. He intimidates, generally fine. I'm not too nervous about this Landorus. I'm just going to fire off an Ice Beam, as Ice Beam will be able to do a large chunk to this. I don't have a reason to reveal my Terra yet. And he actually might switch out, fearing what I could potentially go for. Oh, okay, he's a Scarf Landorus. So good to know, his Landorus is Scarfed. I assume he goes out into P2 then? Probably. Yeah, P2 makes a lot of sense here, after the Intimidate drop. Especially since I didn't Terra quite yet, so P2 is going to be able to take any one hit this wants to go for. Oh, he goes for Endida, okay. I assume this is definitely like a Scarf Endida, but I'm actually really surprised he made that play. If I body slammed, he would have been in a lot of trouble. If I don't do very much, fine. Now, I have two options. I could go Treads, or I could go Latios, as both will be able to check it, or I could potentially go Wigglytuff, just scout what he wants to go for. I think I'm just going to go for Treads. If he Mystical Fires, he Mystical Fires. That's fine. I still have my Latios to check this in the back, so I wouldn't be too nervous in that situation. I don't expect this to be like a Trick Room set. Yeah, he's probably like Scarf Expanding Force, I would imagine. Oh no, he specs Expanding Force, okay. So I'm just going to go for Knockoff. He doesn't really have a good Knockoff switch in. If he brings out Landorus, he loses Scarf. And if he brings out P2, he loses his item, which is really big. So good to know that this undid is specs, so I have a lot of things I'll be able to outspeed and revenge kill this. Wait. Did I mess up my investment in Treads? I must have messed up in my investment in Treads. That has to be a, that has to be specs, so shoot. Okay. Well, he doesn't have a Dragon switch in, so I guess I could go pretty safely out into my Latios and Draco Meteor this, but wow. Okay. I could also Luster Purge, which I think I'm going to go for just in case he decides to bring out the thing. In case he brings out the P2. There's a chance he stays in, it's because, yeah. So he switches out. I assume he brings out the P2, but he's going to take a large chunk from this Luster Purge. So he brings out Landorus, fine. This Landorus will go down to this Luster Purge. It does not? What? Okay, I'm just going to bring out Wigglytuff, which is Rocky Helmet, so he'll have to take the Rocky Helmet damage when he U-turns, which should potentially take him out. I think I might have massively messed up in prep. Yeah, I think I massively messed up in prep by not bringing the Hisuian Samurott, just by discounting his potential Undead. I'm just going to do the Calcus speed. I do not believe it does that much to Treads. I think I messed up my Treads investment. Because otherwise, that makes absolutely no sense that would do that much. Iron, Treads. No, there is a role where Scarf Modest does that much. Wow. Okay. So I just massively messed up then. Good to know. So he brings out this. I'm just going to Stealth Rock. Generally kind of safe. I could, yeah, so he Tri-Attacks. Fine. And he gets a burn. A little unfortunate, but not the biggest deal, not the end of the world. So I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks, which will take out the Landorus the next time it opts to come in. And I'm going to preserve my Wigglytuff, as Wigglytuff can still be valuable to get off the big Luring Voice at some point during the match. And I'm just going to bring out my Gengar. My Gengar is like a sub-toxic set. And I believe I brought like a very weird like max HP set so that it can deal very well with this Porygon too. I'm just bringing my Wigglytuff out. Yeah, my Gengar. My Gengar is like specifically built to beat this P2, so let's see what he does. Tri-Attack, I am immune. So I assume he sacks off Landorus here. It's because he doesn't know what my Gengar set is. Oh, okay, he just risks Focus Blast. Oh no, he's Shadow Ball. Okay. By the way, Shadow Ball shouldn't be able to take out my Gengar speed. I'm like a max HP set, unless I am overestimating Gengar's bulk, which is possible, speed it's a Gengar. But this is a Porygon too, so it shouldn't be able to do that much. So I'm just going to Toxic. I land, okay. So the P2 takes a big toxic damage, so that is no longer a good Latios check. This shouldn't kill. I would be shocked if this kills. Yeah. So my Gengar lives on a Sliver. I reveal my Black Sludge, and since I'm a Pain Split variant, he will lose his Porygon 2 if he elects to stay on. I think he goes... I mean, he has to go Landorus here. I brought Pain Split Gengar way too many matches. Oh, okay. No, he lets his P2 get the big chip. As he Ice Beams. Can I sub up? I have max HP. I'm at 63. No, I cannot sub. Do I want to preserve Gengar in this matchup? No, I don't really need Gengar, so I'm just going to Pain Split again. Well, I could Pain Split, or I could switch out. I don't need my Wigglytuff either. But I think I'm just going to sack off my Gengar here. It did what it needs to. It took out the P2. So Gengar goes down. Fine. It's going to take out the P2 in the process. Okay, disable, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't need to walk into like that attack. So P2 out of Imagine goes down. No, it lives on a Sliver, so it'll go down to Rocks the next turn. So I'm just going to bring out my Tauros, and I'm just going to Body Slam. So his P2 is now gone. Damn, I really regret not bringing his Hisuian Samurott. I don't know. I seriously gambled the Undead not coming, and that is seriously coming to bite me now. It's because the thing with Sandetta is it's basically a Matro Fish. Like, if you have an answer to it, as I do, it does absolutely nothing. But if you do not have an answer, it can be one of the most threatening Pokemon in the game. And unfortunately, since I benched my answer to it, gambling it wouldn't come, I got punished for it. So I think, do I want Tauros for anything? Does it outspeed anything important? No, it's because he has Sandshrew. I can't read what I wrote. Sandshrew, Sceptile, Landorus. I wish there was a way to check your opponent's team. It's because... Oh, no, there is. Okay, he is Last Bound's Gouging Fire. Yeah, I think I sack Wigglytuff here. As Wigglytuff, it's nice, but it does least out of the Pokemon that I have left. So Wigglytuff going down, but that's generally okay. It did what it needed to. It took out the, it's going to take out the Landorus when it comes in. So my Wigglytuff goes down. And I'm just going to bring out my, Ogerpon and Utrodon, whatever wants to come in. If he decides to sack off the Sandetta, that would be absolutely amazing for me, but I don't think that's what he's going to do. I think he's going to bring out the Sandslash or bring out the Landorus and sack it off here. Oh no, he just sacks out his Undead. So, okay, so his Undead was a spec set. So that just means I massively messed up my Treads Investment pre-game, which a little unfortunate that happened, but we can play around it. So what he has left is a Sceptile. Shoot, I keep on forgetting to check my opponent's team. I think I have to go out into Tauros. I mean, Landorus is essentially dead. Undead is essentially dead. So he only has Sceptile, Sandslash. I can't read what I wrote. Gouging Fire. Right, Gouging Fire is his last mon. As he goes Sceptile. He must... I mean, he doesn't know what Terra type I am, so this is an extreme gamble on his end. I mean, I'm Terra normal, but, like, this could backfire terribly if I'm a Terra type he doesn't expect. Which, unfortunately, so now we play the Terra mind games. If he's Terra Ghost, I'm kind of screwed, honestly. Let's see, is he Terra Ghost? I would imagine he's like Terra Grass or Terra Fighting or Terra Dragon. Terra Flying. Acrobatics, I don't think he'll be able to kill my Tauros. Tauros is not the frailest. Also, that means my, whatchamacallit, since he's Terra Flying, my, endgame, whatchamacallit, my endgame, Ogerpon looks absolutely amazing. He's going to lose his Sceptile here. Yeah, he's going to lose Sceptile. I don't know why he Sword Stance in my face. Yeah, that was a bizarre play. So his Sceptile goes down, so all he has left is the Gouging Fire, the Sandshrew, the Sandslash, because Landorus is going to go down to Rocks. And I'm a close combat Tauros. So does Tauros win? Tauros might win. Yeah, I'm just going to close combat this. Okay, so despite our relatively iffy regular season with hacks, we are... I think we're going to move on in playoffs. I don't want to speak too soon. The thing with Gouging Fire is... Gadget Fire is one of those Pokemon where it's very diverse, so it can potentially be a set that like absolutely destroys what I have left. Like if he is a Burning Ball, I can't pronounce the Rock Resist Berry, like Burning Ball Walk, I might be in trouble. As I did bring Earthquake, I brought I opted Ice Beam over Earthquake. Okay, do I take this out? Please take this out. No, he lives on a Sliver. He crashes. Okay, so my Tauros goes down, but with what he has left, I'm pretty sure basically any of my Pokemon of my choice can revenge, and that will be game. So who do I want to give the kill? Probably Ogerpon. Ogerpon has one of my favorite designs in Pokemon. So, yeah. So quick game, intense game. My misgen almost cost me, but we were able to deal with it. Okay, he switches out, but his Landorus is just going to go down to rocks. Wigglytuff doing work. Yeah. So even though I didn't bring Wigglytuff, even though I brought Wigglytuff for stuff that didn't come, it ended up being kind of the clutch Pokemon of the game. Is because I could have potentially lost to the Landorus had it not gone down to rocks there. Because he could have proceeded to U-turn a few times, then an Earthquake, and I would have been, or not, sorry. He could have U-turned, then he could have went for like a Dark move, and I would have been in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's going to let Wigglytuff get 2 kills. Wigglytuff, the MVP of the match. So, good game to my opponent, and we move on to round 2 of the PWC Playoffs.